The rain hammered against the attic window, mirroring the tempest raging within me. Each drop, a cold, sharp sting, echoed the finality of the words hurled at me, loser. My brother, Mark, the man I'd always looked up to, the man whose family I'd supported for years, had uttered that single, venomous word, severing a thread that had woven through the tapestry of our lives. My name is Eleanor Vance, and I'd always been the responsible one. While Mark, 2 years my senior, chased dreams that shimmered like mirages, I anchored myself in reality. I built a successful accounting firm, a testament to my meticulous nature and unwavering work ethic. Mark, on the other hand, was a whirlwind of half-baked ventures, each promising riches but ultimately collapsing under the weight of his impulsiveness. He'd married Sarah, a kind, gentle soul, and they'd quickly filled their small house with 3 vibrant children: Emily, the artist, Thomas, the budding engineer, and little Lily, with her wide, inquisitive eyes. Mark's charm was undeniable, and for a while, it masked his inability to provide a stable income. The reality, however, was that they struggled. Initially, I offered small, discreet help. A grocery gift card here, a contribution towards a school trip there. But as Mark's ventures continued to fail, the small assistance morphed into a lifeline. I paid their mortgage, covered unexpected medical bills, and ensured the children had the resources they needed. I never asked for anything in return, believing that family support was unconditional. It wasn't that I was wealthy beyond measure. My own life was simple, devoid of extravagance. I lived in a modest apartment, drove a reliable but unremarkable car, and rarely indulged in luxuries. My savings, painstakingly accumulated, were meant for my retirement, a future I envisioned spent traveling and volunteering. Instead, they were being siphoned off, slowly but surely, to keep Mark's family afloat. I never resented them, not truly. I adored my nieces and nephew. Their laughter was a balm to my often solitary existence. Sarah was always grateful, her eyes filled with a quiet, unspoken appreciation. Mark, however, treated my assistance as an entitlement. He'd offer vague promises of repayment, always tied to his next big break, but those promises remained unfulfilled. The breaking point arrived during Emily's high school graduation. She'd been accepted into a prestigious art school, a dream she'd nurtured since childhood. Mark, predictably, had no savings for her tuition. I, knowing her talent was exceptional, offered to cover the first year. "You're always bailing us out, Eleanor," Mark had said, his voice laced with an unfamiliar edge. "We can't keep living like this." "I'm happy to help, Mark," I replied, trying to keep my voice even. "Emily deserves this opportunity." "We'll pay you back," he insisted, but the words were hollow. "Just give us some time." The following week, I received a frantic call from Sarah. The roof of their house had sprung a leak, and the damage was extensive. They had no insurance, and the repair costs were astronomical. I, as always, stepped in, transferring the necessary funds. That evening, Mark came to my apartment. He was agitated, his face flushed. "You need to stop, Eleanor," he said, his voice rising. "You're making us look like charity cases." "I'm just trying to help," I replied, my voice trembling slightly. "Help? You're suffocating us," he shouted. "We don't need your handouts. We're not losers." The word hung in the air, a cruel, barbed hook. I stared at him, my heart pounding in my chest. "Losers?" I whispered, the word echoing in my mind. "Yeah, losers," he repeated, his eyes filled with a strange mixture of anger and shame. "We can't even pay for our own roof. Everyone knows you're the one keeping us afloat. You're making us look like pathetic, dependent losers." The words, so carelessly spoken, shattered the carefully constructed facade of my generosity. I'd always believed I was doing the right thing, supporting my family, ensuring their well-being. But Mark's words revealed a harsh truth: I was enabling his irresponsibility, perpetuating a cycle of dependency. "Fine," I said, my voice cold and hard. "You want to be independent? You got it." I cut off all financial support immediately. I informed Sarah and the children, explaining that I needed to focus on my own financial future. Sarah, her eyes filled with tears, understood. She knew the sacrifices I'd made, the years of quiet support I'd provided. Mark, predictably, reacted with fury. He called me selfish, ungrateful, and a heartless sister. He accused me of abandoning his family in their time of need. I ignored his calls, his texts, his vitriol. The initial weeks were agonizing. I missed the children, their bright smiles and infectious energy. I missed Sarah's quiet gratitude. I even missed the illusion of Mark's appreciation. But I refused to waver. I knew that if I relented, the cycle would continue, and I would be forever trapped in a pattern of enabling and resentment. Sarah, to her credit, took the lead. She found a part-time job at a local bookstore, and the children pitched in, taking on odd jobs to earn extra money. They downsized, moving to a smaller, more affordable apartment. They learned to budget, to prioritize, to live within their means. Mark, initially resistant, was forced to adapt. He took a job as a construction worker, a far cry from his grandiose entrepreneurial dreams, but a steady source of income. He was humbled, his pride bruised, but he was finally providing for his family. Months passed. I focused on my work, throwing myself into my business, finding solace in the order and predictability of numbers. I took up hiking, finding peace in the solitude of nature. I began to rebuild my savings, reclaiming my financial independence. One day, I received a letter from Emily. It was a simple, handwritten note, filled with gratitude and admiration. She wrote about her first year at art school, the challenges and triumphs, the passion she'd discovered. She thanked me for believing in her, for giving her the opportunity to pursue her dreams. The letter brought tears to my eyes. It was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, hope and determination could prevail. A few weeks later, I received a call from Sarah. She invited me to dinner, a simple meal at their new apartment. I hesitated, unsure of how to face Mark. But Sarah's voice was warm, filled with a genuine sincerity. I accepted. The apartment was small but cozy, filled with the aroma of Sarah's cooking. The children greeted me with enthusiastic hugs, their eyes shining with genuine affection. Mark was quiet, his demeanor subdued. He looked older, his face etched with lines of hardship, but his eyes held a newfound humility. Dinner was simple but delicious. We talked about the children, their school, their dreams. We talked about Sarah's job, the challenges and rewards of her newfound independence. We talked about Mark's work, the physical demands, the satisfaction of building something tangible. Mark didn't apologize. He didn't need to. His actions spoke louder than words. He was working hard, providing for his family, taking responsibility for his mistakes. As I left their apartment that evening, I felt a sense of peace I hadn't experienced in years. The severed thread was still there, a reminder of the pain and anger, but it was no longer a gaping wound. It was a scar, a testament to the strength and resilience of family, a reminder that even broken bonds can be mended, albeit differently. The rain had stopped, and the moon shone brightly, casting a silver glow on the city. I looked up at the sky, feeling a sense of gratitude for the lessons learned, the strength gained, the realization that true support lies not in enabling dependency, but in empowering independence. My brother had called me a loser, a word that had cut deep, but in the end, it was that very word that had set us both free.